What's happening? What's happening? Shout out to all my fellow investors and traders, college graduates, entrepreneurs, hustlers, anybody trying to make something out of nothing. I wanted to show y'all what's going on in one of my portfolios. This is my Robinhood portfolio. And that's because I want to see how y'all feel about what's about to take place with GameStop split. And I wanted to show you fellow beginner investors and traders what I plan on doing. In this portfolio, I've sold off some shares, as you can see, because I believe that this stock split is actually going to help hedge funds, in my opinion. Now, that doesn't take away the belief that I have in GameStop's future potential based on digital gaming, them becoming a tech company, their partnerships with Sony and Microsoft and quantum technology, and how that will play its part in virtual reality and the VR world, and neuro networking, neuro links, neuro interfacing. I just know a little bit about that stuff, being a nerd, somewhat of a nerd. I'm not the biggest, of course I'm not Elon Musk or nothing, but, I understand technology to a degree. And I believe that with GameStop selling apparel, merchandise, they have Rewards Plus members. I'm one myself. I went to GameStop yesterday to pick up Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge, and they didn't have hard copies. You can only digitally buy it at the moment, which is cheaper if you download it. Okay, so you're talking to somebody that actually has been gaming his whole life. I mean, my brother's 10 years older than me, so I got an opportunity to see the Coleco and, the Atari, and I played those, and the Nintendo, and, so on and so forth. And I remember before GameStop, it was Electronic Boutique, and Radio Shack, so I just want to put that out there. I've been, into, and I draw as well, and I've been in the anime before people even knew what it was. I mean, back when you had the, on the first PlayStation to play Dragon Ball Z with the power bar at the bottom, you actually had to put a chip inside your PlayStation to play it. And it could have resulted in you only being able to play that one game if someone messed it up, putting the chip in. And I literally sacrificed my PS1 because of, how much I was in the Dragon Ball Z back in the early 90s before people even knew what it was, and I went ahead and just sacrificed it. And, luckily it didn't mess up my PS, but I'm talking about, man, I've been doing this gaming thing for a while. So I really do believe that GameStop is going to be $1,000 a share in the future based on its involvement surrounding technology, right? And I feel that way about AMC. But once I started doing a little bit of homework, looking up little bits of info, I started finding out certain things that was going on with Adam Aaron, and things that they did in the past to affect the company, or things that could affect the company, some allegations and things like that that's been, that's come out. So I kind of was paying attention, like, wow, AMC is involved in the entertainment family, just like GameStop, and the potential based on VR for AMC and partnerships with like UFC and all different types of things. I mean, even with the gaming world, AMC can rent out their theaters for gamers to play. It's just so many different things AMC can do in my mind, and things that I was mentioning just from my own personal opinions and imagination. And that and I just think that AMC has the potential, but everything that's going on with the shorts, everything that we found out, all the corruption, it just makes me, I'm not stupid, I'm a realist. And I know when people start to talk like this, this rhetoric that's coming back up about GameStop and AMC is very suspicious. And that's the reason why I started doing videos again. It's not because I'm a financial advisor and people should follow what I'm saying. I'm a beginner investor that has learned a little bit more. And the only thing I've been seeing from these YouTube content creators that they're using new language that will make you that will where it can put you where you'll try to understand what's going on. And even though there is corruption and a bunch of things that's taking place, it's in my opinion, is to reconfigure how they've been caught. Because, you know, these people run the system, man. Like, they literally run the game. So, and then they run the officials that actually, you know, that referee the game. So if they run the game and they run the referees that officiate the game, how can you get any change? You can't. So in my opinion, I think they're hyping GameStop and AMC because I do think they're going to go back up. I mean, the charts say that as well, even though the numbers have been lying, or text, you know, FINRA. I mean, all these weebles have changed. I think everybody is reconfiguring because of how retail uncovered all this corruption. And they're changing the language to make you believe that something is taking place so that they can keep on running this short squeeze. Because I was saying this for over a year, man, that it seems like to me that GameStop is micro squeezing, and based on what happened to Volkswagen, people are thinking that GameStop is just going to shoot up like Volkswagen when they could just keep shortening it, like keep cutting it, like where it runs up to 300, comes back down to 70, runs back up to 200, comes back down to 90. Runs back up to 300, and then so on and so forth. And that's what they've been doing. And with this split, like I've been saying, I think it's to alleviate some of the pressure off of the shorts, because, you know, they have this cult-like mind about GameStop and AMC, which I didn't, but because I stayed in because I really believed that we could change the stock market. I really wanted to stop the corruption. I made enough money off of GameStop to say, you know what, I'm sticking in this because this shit needs to change. But the more and more I stayed in it and I listened and I kept researching and I kept learning little things, the more I could see that nothing was changing. They were just changing the language. That's it. And now with these new content creators that are popping up, in my opinion, is just to drive up the hype. So once these stocks run again to $200, $300, $400, maybe $500, they'll keep you in because you believe it's going to go to 1,000, 10,000, which it could, based on all the failure to deliver, the synthetic shares. We know that, you know, these hedge funds are in a position where they have infinite risk if they short these positions. We know that. I mean, it's just, this shit is not rocket science. You know what I mean? And that's how these content creators are trying to make it. Now, I understand that you need to understand and have some education about how the market system is ran. But I mean, you could teach this to a child. It's not something that is that you need to go to college for 4 years for. You know, I think they just use a certain type of language to, you know, keep certain people out, because if you're not educated, you know, and you don't understand that particular language, it's going to frustrate you, or you won't even pay any attention to it. So I think that's what people are doing to keep you in this position or keep you in this play, you know, psychologically keep you hostage so that this stock can run up again. These stocks can run up again so they can make more money. You have to remember, hedge funds are cool with getting 10 to 20% a year. With these meme stocks, they have been making a killing. They are shorting the market. They're using algorithmic trading, computers, AI. I was talking about quantum technology. AI is thinking at this point like it could literally be alive, damn near have a soul. You might want to watch how you even treat technology nowadays, because it could actually feel. And this is the technology that these people are using. These are the 1%ers. These are the people that, have technology that's 70 years, 100 years in advance than we have. And you sit around and you really believe that they're going to let these stocks go to 10, 20, and even if they do, they're going to literally kick the can, as they say, in the market and in the YouTube world and the stonk world and the diamond hand 8 world now. As they say, kick the can down the road. They're literally going to use all the power that they have to do it as long as they can. You got to remember that when the stock market crashed in 2008, it took years for Michael Berry to, for those things to come to fruition, for people to see what he was talking about and what he saw years before. So that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying it can't happen. I'm saying you have to look at the players and who runs the game. I mean, they literally play the officials that, to officiate how they want the game to play. You could literally score and they'll stop the game and move the pylon or the basket. This is what they do. Or they'll have the point reversed, and then they'll go up, they'll put their points up by 20. It's just like this is how they play. And if you do not come to that understanding, I think you're going to lose. I think GameStop's going to split. I think people are psyched up about the dividend or the stock split, the 4-to-1 and the 4-to-1, excuse me. And I think, they're using people to keep you engaged with that, which is not going to do anything, but it's going to mess up your portfolio. It's definitely going to put you down. If you haven't been paying attention to all these reverse splits and all these stock splits that's been happening because all the new people that are jumping into the financial world, you're bugging. They're doing this for these companies and to line their pockets. I mean, it's obvious. I mean, Amazon went from $3,000 to $100 a share. And don't get it twisted. These are great opportunities to get in. But this is also happening to pull money out of retail and the economies, the small man and woman's hands out of the economy. And if you make the wrong decisions, you're going to get burned. So, and I had someone ask me, what stocks am I looking at? I'm looking at like Amazon. I'm looking at Apple. I'm looking at the SPY. I'm looking at, Square. There are a few other stocks. I'm digging deep in the Hexo, but the stocks that I'm mainly focused on right now is GameStop. Amazon is at the top of my list. Amazon. That's one of the main stocks that I am paying attention to because Amazon, they do everything. It's impossible for them to fail. I mean, their market strategies and, Mark Bezos is a fucking genius. I don't give a fuck if he works for the Illuminati or whatever. What he did, it revolutionized, how we do business. So I mean, he's a fucking genius. So I'm going with Amazon and, I'm looking into GameStop. And honestly, like I want to say to those beginner investors out there, please don't make the decisions I make. You got to do your own due diligence. I'm not a financial advisor. Personally, one thing that I've learned, do not try to go 10, 15 stocks deep. Find maybe 3 to 5 stocks that you can really, really, really put your attention into. Maybe 3. And then you literally break down those companies the best way that you can. That's how I learned GameStop. That's why I'm so bullish on GameStop because I've been going in GameStop. I'm a rewards member myself. My membership, it expires in 2 weeks. I have to literally go make sure that I redo my membership. Excuse me. But because I've been rambling. But yeah, man, I'm just make sure you look at those 3 stocks and you really break them down. You really, try to, make a good decision based on what your future plans are. And then you'd go with that, because someone in the comments asked me that. And I don't get many comments. I think I'm being shadow banned in a way, because I be going at like Trey and the Mass Investor. And I be going at like Andrew Mo Money and Mac cores, and I think that's the reason. I just try my best to be as honest as possible, and I don't think those guys are. I think they're a part of the system. I mean, like I always said before, man, I do not understand how trades ended up on CNBC, and literally before his first channel got deleted, he was saying he was only investing for that year or a year or something like that. And with all the information that you would have to digest and collect and decipher, pick apart, take, keep, and then listen to him talk about his job and how he had to work and all that, it just didn't seem like he would have the time, on top of being able to absorb all that and articulate it in that manner on CNBC after just 1 year. And then they were pushing that 100K floor price shit, him and Matt Kors. And I think that's the reason their pages got deleted, because they would have incriminated themselves. So, and they wouldn't be in the position that they're in now. So, I'm going to stop rambling, but what I plan on doing is, selling most of my position in GameStop and both of my portfolios that have them. And then I'll wait till it drops to $25 a share, $30 a share, and then I'll reload. And I'll be able to buy 3-4 times as many shares as I had before. And on top of that, I'll keep a few shares of GameStop in my portfolios just so I can receive whatever dividend that I get, on top of, keeping a position, slightly keeping a position that I had when I was buying at $5 and $8 and $9, to keep my balance at a certain point. So when I decide to buy more shares and it skyrockets to, $200, $300, $400 a share, I'll still be able to capitalize off of those shares that I bought at $5, $6, $8 a share. And I know I didn't explain that the right way, but I'm pretty sure, those out there, that's paying attention, they understand. So, like I said, forgive me for my rambling. Please tell me what you believe and what you think about the GameStop split. Personally, I'm in GameStop for the future. I will not make not make the mistakes that I made last year. If I constantly, sold my shares of GameStop last year, I would have made so much money. I'm talking about hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I will not make that mistake again. So, and based on how the market's fluctuating now, it's the same as last year, before the year and a half ago, before GameStop blew up. All the stock market was sinking while most meme stocks were green. And GameStop and AMC was leading the market just like it is this year. So, just pay attention to the patterns. That's what I do. I look at the charts and I pay attention to the patterns. And, either this month, sometimes late this month or the beginning of next month, I think we could see an explosion. Don't quote. Now I'll say quote me, but don't expect it, because they're definitely, pushing the market however they choose to. But please, man, tell me how you feel about all this, man. Let me know down in the comment box. It's your boy, goodbye, Ray Valentine, man. And only thing I'm trying to do is learn and help people, not make the same mistakes I did. And we're going to grow together, man, and keep on trying to pick apart this bullshit market and these bullshit people. I'm out here.
They out there panicking right now. I can feel it. They out there. They're panicking. Look at them.
Now, you're not naive enough to think we're living in a democracy, are you, buddy? It's the free market. And you're part of it.
Something just came across my desk, John. It is perhaps the best thing I've seen in the last 6 months. If you have 60 seconds, I'd like to share the idea with you. You got a minute?
After everything we've done for you.
Oh, see, I made Lewis a bet here. Lewis bet me that we couldn't both get rich and put you on the poorhouse at the same time. He didn't think we could do it. I won.
I lost. $1.
Thank you, Lewis.
After you.
Certainly.